Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Userpilot 2025 fall product announcement. We'll probably give it a couple of minutes for people to join in. Maybe it's a good time to introduce myself and my co-host, Kevin. My name is Yazan. I'm one of the co-founders here at Userpilot, calling in from, as you can see, sunny Austin, Texas. And I've got our head of product design, Kevin O'Sullivan. Uh,
Hey,
welcome, everybody.
yeah, it's brilliant to be here. We're so excited for this announcement. My name is Kevin O'Sullivan, Head of Product Design at Userpilot. I'm dialing in from our not so sunny office in Dublin, Ireland. Please feel free to leave questions throughout the session in the Q&A. We'll have some time at the end to hopefully get to some questions. And I will start sharing my screen as well, but we'll wait on a few moments for.
Yeah, and whatever you're joining from, we thank you. You know, whether you're a customer, a partner, wherever we thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And for the next, I would say 30 to 35 minutes, we'll be absolutely packed with exciting launches, awesome reveals, and a look into the future of where Userpilot is headed. And hopefully you can take something out of that as well for you and your product growth. And over the past year, we've been working very hard, listening to your feedback, rethinking what's possible, and building the tools that will help you drive real product growth in 2025 and beyond. So today, we will focus on four main areas. First, finally, a look into what Userpilot AI will be. And I'll focus here on how AI is going to save you time, um, help you uncover real insights, and how do you really turn these insights into actionable or actions that actually move the needle. And then we're going to talk about our next evolution of product analytics. It's deeper, smarter, and designed to help you understand really deep product questions like never before. We're going to talk about multi-channel journeys. How do we orchestrate in-app, out-of-app, email, surveys, all into one unified experience with measurable outcomes. And finally, a lot of exciting updates around making Userpilot feel more alive for you in terms of notifications, inbox, and more advanced integrations. All right, so we'll get started. We're not going to waste any time.
Yeah.
With Userpilot AI. And I'll tell you one thing, having worked with a lot of product and growth and marketing teams, usually it's one of two things. They're either not tracking anything and they lack all the data, or they're drowning in too many dashboards and too many reports. And in both cases, it's really the same theme. Teams still don't know when to act, what to act on, and how to act. And when they're not acting, usually activation stalls, adoption slows, and monetization flatlines, right? And so today is the first step where product growth team can actually just turn raw data into actionable insights, into actions that can help you achieve product growth goals that you want. And for that, we are introducing our AI product growth agent. And I'll talk very quickly about how it works. The agent, first and foremost, will help you set up and track everything you truly care about. Your activation, key feature adoption, will understand your monetization and so on, right? So let's say you've shipped a new feature. The AI will actually go and tag, the events. They will create the reports that answers questions like who's using it, how often, whether they're coming back, and where they might be hitting some friction. But it doesn't just stop there. It constantly monitors these reports and dashboards and come up with actionable insights. And the best part is that the agent can actually take action on these insights. It can build the content engagement for you. It can set up the segmentation, run the tests, and even executes playbooks on your behalf, saving hours and hours of manual work. And to show you in detail how this is going to work, I'm going to pass it to Kevin right now.
Brilliant. Thank you, Yasin. I am so excited, everybody, to be taking you through a little bit of a deep dive of Userpilot AI and the product growth agent. So let's jump right in. So today I want to introduce you to Leah. Leah is going to be your product growth specialist, and you can think of Leah, I guess, as a new member of the team. Yes, it is the Userpilot agent, but it is to be thought of as like a new member of the team. The agent has all of the tools inside Userpilot at their disposal. So Leah is an absolute expert in Userpilot, as I'm sure you would expect. Leah also has context on your product and your users from the moment that the script is installed and you've given the agent permission to access that information. So this is going to make Leah an excellent partner for product marketers, your managers, product managers, your sales teams, customer success teams, UX teams. Anyone who's accessing Userpilot is going to benefit hugely from the product growth agent. Because so often that product growth role, I think it's another role's secondary focus. And I'm happy to say that that's not anymore. Now you have Leah 24/7 focused on monitoring what is happening in your product and coming up with solutions to move the needle forward. So if we look at these examples, Leah is an expert in user adoption. Things like accelerating the time to value, making sure that you have progressive onboarding for your users, feature engagement, combing through your data, looking at all of your features and maybe resurrecting dormant features, or nudging users to uncover more at just the right time. Product launches, ramping up awareness when you've just pushed a new feature. In the right way, announcing what is new to your customers and maybe specific segments of customers. Product-led growth, focusing on a free to paid strategy, focusing on upgrades and how you can have better expansions. With UX research, looking at things like pushing a survey for usability testing recruitment or running a usability test, maybe even more than running a usability test. The agent actually has the ability to analyze hundreds and thousands of user sessions. So you're going to understand actually what the experience is like at large, at mass, at scale. Also, maybe running user feedback surveys, and most importantly, with all of these UX research strategies, making sense of the data as well. With customer marketing, you've got kind of similar to product launches, but also that kind of continuous highlighting of the benefits of the product, benefits of certain upgrading in tiers, benefits of particular add-ons. That constant communication, I guess, of where your product is at the moment and where your product is going. We're seeing that as becoming more and more critical, I guess, to the customer life cycle. Giving customers a peek behind the curtain of where the product is going is becoming more and more critical. With the sales example, you would see things like the agent focusing on having maybe deal accelerated nudges for those on a free trial, with the customer outreach at just the right time, maybe when a limit is near being hit or has been hit, having that intervention, or reaching out to customers at just the right time around a renewal conversation, let's say. The agent is the teammate that is always on growing your product. I'm going to stop talking now and show a little bit of what this actually looks like in screens. So the product growth agent is intertwined with the new home. For customers who want a meaningful home, and most importantly, a powerful agent, the setup is going to be critical. But it's easy. Core metrics are context for the agent on what is most important in your product. Along with setting up the metrics, documents can be uploaded and knowledge bases ingested. Also, this agent can be customized for you. Then you are set up. Once you log in, core metrics and insights are surfaced immediately. Digging deeper with the agent's explanations, customers can team up with Leah, converse on tactics, and most importantly, take action to move the needle forward. So, co-piloting with the agent, customers can run playbooks, have all content created in collaboration with the agent, and see the power of Userpilot in driving growth on what really matters most. So, in summary, the product growth agent is your team's AI-driven co-pilot. It is designed to cut through all of the noise and guide you towards actions that drive growth. The agent focuses on the critical metrics, as Yazan mentioned: activation, feature adoption, monetization, and retention. It's going to work just like a teammate, focusing on initiatives and projects, monitoring reports and dashboards, having its finger on the pulse of all of these data points and KPIs, just like a team should and a teammate should, then acting on insights through playbooks, creating entire solutions, and then sharing back the results to you. Everything you can do today with Userpilot, the agent is going to be able to do as well. So your team has just grown by one, and the agent is always on. So I've spoken about the Agent Hub and Leah, but we're also taking this opportunity to release Userpilot Home, which as a standalone feature is going to have so much value for customers, but it is an integral part of setting up the agent too. So with the Home, this is going to be your anchor point inside Userpilot. You can get started quickly or pick up where you left off. It's going to help to reduce friction and acting kind of as a launch pad for your important actions. And with AI, we're going to be able to surface actions to you as well. So you're going to think of this as kind of your command center, highlighting what's important to action as soon as you log in. With Home, you're going to find a section dedicated to your core metrics, favorited content, recent activity, AI recommendations and insights, plus those really helpful most used actions. So Home is going to be hugely valuable, I think, to everyone. And important to note, it's fully customizable for you as well. So we've spoken about the Agent Hub, Leah, Home, but we're also going to have AI capabilities throughout the entire platform. The agent is going to have a presence with you at all times. And this is really important in the case of AI-driven insights. The agent is your always available data analyst, or your kind of researcher making sense of the data. AI insights will be available through the new Ask AI button. So when you're looking at a report or a dashboard, anytime you're curious about the under the hood reason behind some unusual change in the data, you're just going to be able to ask AI. The AI does best what I think us humans sometimes struggle with most, and that's analyzing large amounts of data. So AI-driven insights is a hugely powerful new tool. It's going to detect anomalies, correlations, breakdowns, and without bombarding you with this information, it's available to you at a simple request. Just ask AI on any data point. Also within feedback, again, the AI will be able to unlock insights buried in your surveys, automatically clustering pain points, able to summarize the responses. Again, it's just doing the heavy lifting of analyzing large amounts of information, translating that qualitative and quantitative data into actionable revenue driving strategies. The key to my sentence there is action, and that's what I'm going to show you next. So what better action to take with Userpilot than building out Userpilot content to help your users achieve what it is they need to achieve within your product. So building with AI is the critical next step. Creating the right content for your users at the simple click of a button. Well, that's what we can do today, and we're going to show you in a moment with our AI. With a chat-like interface that can be accessed again in any tool, just through the Ask AI button, the agent is able to jump into building an entire experience for your users. You'll have simple assisted prompting, so you're giving the right information to the AI, and you will see content within seconds. The agent is the user pilot expert. It's along with you on the journey. It's helping you be confident about taking action, co-creating content. It knows your product and your users. It can produce interactive flows across multiple pages, along with all of that sometimes challenging element detection. And then when you get into the settings and targeting the right audience, it's all of these pieces made easy, and within seconds, you're going to see results. So I'd like to hand back over to Yasin and take a look at what this is like in product.
Yeah, we thought it would be cool to show you a live example of a recording of me built using the agent to build a flow to do an onboarding for our surveys feature. So in this example, you go on, create a flow as usual, click on the Ask AI, and we have these prompts are already there for you. You don't have to use the prompts. You can actually write whatever you want. These templated prompts are just to help you think what's actually possible, but you can still chat with the AI to ask for things to, change one step, change the copy, change even the button colors, all the controllers that are currently available in the Chrome extension, the AI knows how to use, right? So you could literally think about using our Chrome extension with just natural language. And the beauty of this, when I asked AI to actually create this product, product guide or feature engagement, it did it with zero context. So in this particular example, I gave it zero context. The AI can actually see what you can see and has access to the page. So in this particular example, I just said, I want to create this content, which as you can see, it did. It got all the element detection correctly. But you might ask yourself, how did it actually know all of this? Did it have prior training? Did it have prior context? And I will tell you, it did not in this case. It can see what you can see, and it created a flow based on that. That being said, you can still train the AI to make it even better, right? So you can connect it to your knowledge base, you can upload custom documents and instructions to it, and even within the prompt itself, you can give it more context of what you want it to do.
Mm-hmm. I think the beauty of what we just saw there as well is you can see the AI has a perfect control over the user pilot tools. It chose a modal to tooltips to then a driven action, a page change, slide out. But the more context you give it, even the richer that it's going to be in terms of the results.
Yes. And one of the questions will Leah be able to create interactive flows across different pages? Yes, that would be possible. Leah's also an expert in element detection, so we'll be able to handle all the element detection. And you don't have to do anything. We've seen a lot of tools that you really have to go and spend a lot of time on the prompting aspect, and even some solution where you have to show the AI the workflow so that the AI can create a flow out of it. It's none of this. You literally can go in and show nothing, zero context, and say, I want to create a flow that shows users how to create a survey, for example. And the AI will figure it out with zero help, right? And one thing I want to end here when talking about the AI is that there are aspects that are proactive and there are aspects that are reactive. So in this case, for example, you're asking the AI to do something because you know what you need to do. Or you might go ask the AI about a specific report. And the AI will react to what you want. But there's a whole aspect of the AI being proactive, which is what Kevin showed in the beginning. You set up all the things you care about, and the AI will proactively look at everything and start actually suggesting content. We believe that not in a very long time, the AI will actually be able to fully function autonomously
Wow.
by consuming a large amount of data, including, especially if you have session replay enabled, the AI can track thousands and thousands and thousands of actual real-time session replay, analyze that along with other quantitative and qualitative insights to actually take action. With that, I know we have a lot of questions and we were going to get to all these questions, but I also want to make sure we get into the next. To me, was a huge and important milestone to achieve, to actually give the AI even more power in terms of the analysis, whether that was in terms of correlation analysis, predictive modeling, and other machine learning stuff that the AI actually, or the LLM, will need to actually get real insights to. 2 years ago, we actually introduced our product analytics solution. And since then, we have seen usage skyrocket. Thousands of users, more than 1,000, that are using it to understand user behavior and drive smarter product decisions. And today, I'm thrilled to show you the next evolution of it, Analytics 2.0. We've literally rebuilt and expanded our Analytics suite with over 50 new features and enhancements. And now it has been designed to help you answer way more deeper, more complex questions about your product and users. Some of the examples, Kevin will get into in more details. We've introduced way more options in trends, funnels, paths, retention analysis. We've added analysis based on sessions as opposed to just unique users or unique companies. We've added also sessions in funnel conversion. So if you want to look at conversions based on sessions rather than days, hours, weeks. Added a bunch of Userpilot default events like session started. Introduced correlation analysis. Added way more visualization options. And most importantly, all of your user and company properties will be now captured at the event level. So if you want to analyze a user property at the time of the happening of an event rather than last state, it just makes it a lot easier, which is something that I can show an example in a bit. We've also increased the number of events you can add in a report. I think we've doubled it. We allowed breakdowns based on company properties, event properties, not just user properties. We added a lot of report templates like top users, companies, top events, pages. Yeah, this is definitely the most powerful version we've built, and we will continue to build on it. Take us through it, Kevin.
Yeah. So I'm super proud of this release. I think it's a testament to, as head of product design, head of the UX team, how we listen to our users, and we've taken it now to the next level and addressed a lot of the feedback and really powerful ideas to incorporate into our analytics and also our dashboards. So I'm going to take you through some of these improvements in a little bit more detail. So looking here at our newly improved dashboard templates, customers are going to be able to start off more quickly and easily generating a whole host of reports based around key use cases. And from this quick start, customers can add additional context. Things like session playlists are now going to be incorporated and survey responses. So you're going to have everything in one place. When you found something of specific interest, jumping into a report, as you can see on the screen, you'll have this powerful new report builder, which customers can see how the report has been pieced together. If you've built it from a dashboard template, you'll get it to dig deeper into the visualization side of things, its overall performance, and also the breakdown and highlighting things like correlation analysis. So it really is the next level of product data made easy and flexible. So to outline some of the details here, specifically what is coming. With dashboards in particular, you're going to get more flexible templates. They're going to be super easy to set up. You're going to have unparalleled data flexibility that helps identify the issues, zone in on the insights, keeping everything in one place, as I mentioned, with the addition of survey responses, session playlists now. Also, each report, the visualization, you're going to be able to flip that to see the breakdown table as well, which I know is critical to see the specific numbers. Moving then through the journey of a dashboard into a report. Every report now, you're just going to be able to click on the title and jump straight into the view of the report. You're going to have enhanced report capabilities then when you get into the query builder. I think we have vastly improved the UX, which is tailored towards those beginner users. Some roles that are accessing Userpilot might not be familiar with a query builder before. They're not the data scientists, but we're trying to make these insights easy and easy to understand through things like reports that can be built from templates. So it can help to educate the user while also giving them critical information and insight. But we've also catered with a lot of deeper functionality for the power users. We've listened to the feedback and we've addressed some of the areas that maybe point solutions were able to solve for. So we've had the addition of correlation analysis, aggregation, reporting based on a segment. And everything that you're seeing here, it's also come with a major performance boost. So you've got all of the new visualizations, but everything is operating within an instant. You're seeing results in the format that matters most to you. And all of this is wrapped up in better organization as well, as we've released folders in the analytics space too, so to help you keep all of your reports in order. So we're going to take a look at what this actually looks like in screen. So I'm viewing a dashboard. You can see all of the new visualizations, and I'm going to add a report in context. So I'm going to jump straight into the report builder. I can now see a newly improved UI can give the report a title, and then
So,
you
and
can.
in this example, we are utilizing an event property to do a breakdown. So we've just passed event property type of report and create a report, and we're able to see over time the distribution of the different types of reports. We can visualize this in a pie chart, or this is a new option, actually looking at these columns next to each other. So you're able to actually see a better visualization in terms of a trend line, but side by side in terms of breakdown. And most importantly, you can look at that and compare it with the previous period. And as always, you're able to do filtration based on user properties, company properties, and so on. And then of course just add the report to the dashboards, and that's pretty much it. Cool. Yeah, we can just jump into the next section. Until now, Userpilot has been the go-to solution to creating powerful in-app experiences. But obviously, one of the biggest requests we'll be getting is how do we take that outside of the app? And we're excited to say that yes, now you can. We have introduced email, which I think a lot of our customers, we've seen some incredible adoption for the emails feature. And customers can now use it to engage customers outside of the application rather just in app. But that still felt like it was not enough, because how does email flows, how does outside of the app, in app, push notifications all play together? And that's where I'm really excited to announce workflows, where you can bring in-app surveys, emails, all into one cohesive flow, all aligned around a single goal. It is also not like a lot of the times we'll build a feature and then we'll start with kind of like an MVP, bare minimum, kind of, and in this case, no. Workflows is gonna come already with the most advanced features, event tracking, conditional paths, logic branching. You can really design and adapt in real time to your user behavior. You can use emails, push notifications, in-app surveys, event tracking, all of that in a single workflow that has a single measurable outcome. So you're basically orchestrating the user journey to kind of push users toward a specific outcome. All right, to see that, I'm gonna send it back to you, Kevin.
Yeah. So let's take a look at a very simple workflow to show off what the experience is like. So with workflows, customers can visually design product growth experiences on this simple canvas. You can drag and drop different content in place sequentially. So you're setting up step by step, watching your user journey kind of unfold in one place. So here I'm just going to build like a simple workflow, a re-engagement email to launch a flow. And I'm cloning existing content so it's quick and easy and adding these to the canvas. And then we're going to go through and set up the exit settings. So all very quick and easy, and I can go ahead and publish this workflow to track the results in real time. So you have built-in analytics. You'll not only kind of create the seamless user journeys, but you also see how each workflow drives growth. And you can dig deeper into that and see how each piece of content in that workflow was driving growth. So this is a really exciting release that we have coming later in the year. So yeah, workflows, it's going to empower customers to design more complex, multi-step experiences. You have that canvas, the visual builder, allowing customers to knit all of the experiences that they can deploy with Userpilot today into this kind of multifaceted, natural feeling engagement. As Yasin said, this can get as complicated as you want and as true to the journey or the experience you want to bring your users on. You've got branching logic, delayed time functionality, data collection at each step if that's what you want, multi-content triggering. This is going to be a hugely
And
powerful
I will
tool.
say that branching, just because I think some of the questions, the branching will be for everything, not just, if you want to do branching because of an email, an email was opened or not opened, or, you could also do branching based on other stuff, other actions, did they take a specific action or not? So branching is for everything. Yeah, sorry, Kevin. Go
Nice.
ahead.
Yeah, so an important piece of the puzzle with workflows, as Yasin mentioned, is also our release of email. So I want to call this one out. This is a feature I'm hugely proud of. Email is available today, so I would ask Userpilot users jump into Userpilot today. You can enroll in the beta. Email will allow you to deliver timely behavior-based messages that bring users to your product. So we all know being able to reach users in their inbox is critical to the product, to the customer lifecycle and kind of mitigating churn. Email is an essential piece that can complement your in-app content, be it like an important product update or a limit close to being reached or a renewal upcoming, to be able to reach the user where they're certainly going to see the information is critical. And I think this has been a huge release this year, along with things like our push notifications, just bringing Userpilot to users wherever they may be. So the email feature is available today. I want to call that out again. Jump into Userpilot and you'll be able to enroll in the beta. I'm not going to show what the experience is like in this presentation because we're tight of time, but it is available for everyone today if you want to enroll in the beta.
And I will say that it's available for free for everyone. And we have seen lots of usage on it, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of emails delivered. And I will say that our top concern is deliverability, and you will see better deliverability. We do a lot of IP rotation. We have a lot of rules around, deleting bad emails and all of that. So you won't be disappointed with that as well. Okay, finally, we're coming up towards the end. It is our final announcement. Notifications, inbox, and integrations. Your product grows, obviously the challenge of staying on top of what really matters becomes more difficult. Product managers, growth teams, success teams, they all need to know when something important happens and they need it instantly. And everybody cares about different things. With this release, you'll always be in the loop. You can customize two things. You can customize your digest to say, this is what I want to be alerted about every day, every week. These are the reports, these are the events, these are the users, whatever it is that you want to be alerted about. But most importantly, we've added something that a lot of users have been asking for a long time. We have added the ability for you to set up real-time alerts to critical user actions. And we call that signals. So you can set as many signals as you want and say, when this particular thing happens, I want you to alert me in real time. And what a better way than yet another Slack notification in your inbox. So it integrates directly with Slack. You can set up in channels, whatever you want. So your team can act right away. Great for sales team, great for customer success teams, that they want to know about things that are happening in the product, but they don't want to be in Userpilot every day or even every week. And by far, my absolute favorite feature in this particular release is global search. How many times you want to just look for a user or a company or an event, and you have to go and click 3-4 buttons just to find the user, right? Well, that is not going to be a problem anymore. Soon you'll be able to find users, companies, segments, events, flows, surveys, whatever you want in just one click on a global search bar. Just to kind of quickly show you some of that stuff. Oh, we also introduced, we're introducing a whole new Salesforce and HubSpot integration. It will allow for custom objects. So you'll be able to define custom objects as well. That's another thing that was highly requested as well. Kevin, please take it for the final time today.
Yeah. So this is the notifications framework is an absolute huge release. I'm so proud of the team. This is coming really, really, really soon to users. You're never going to miss out on what matters most with notifications. You've got this whole new inbox in Userpilot. It's going to be your go-to place for all of the updates and notifications relating to product, user behavior. As Yasin mentioned, system notifications, a new personalized digest, custom signals, alerts for when content is broken. That's a huge one. With the release, as mentioned, you're going to get a whole new navigation bar that now includes this global search, improved findability. You're never going to be struggling to find anything in Userpilot anymore. And last but not least, we have a whole new experience for our integrations. This one is going to be so powerful for customers. You'll have an intuitive wizard experience. It's going to help you to send your data in and out of Userpilot more easily. It's data mapping made simple, we hope. Get all of your product and user data in the places that matter most to you. Flexible data mapping, supporting CRM tools, HubSpot, Salesforce, and all in this new advanced way. So these are all of the big announcements that we wanted to share with you today. It's a super exciting time. Everything we've announced, it's a revolutionary time in the industry for product growth. It's a revolutionary time in Userpilot. I think this is the biggest announcement we've ever had. We're delighted to share it with you and really looking forward to hearing some of the questions and feedback.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of them that we can discuss. So we will, upon the release of the product growth agent, Leah, we will be updating our security documents, and will be available both in our terms and conditions as well as in our custom contracts with the clients. Um, and there's been a few questions about what has Leah been trained on. We have trained Leah on the playbooks that uh, you know playbooks that Userpilot does the best. So things around user onboarding, right? Time to value, how to improve your core activation, but also your other key activations. So, and you'll be able to tell the AI everything you care about, because when you set up Leah for the first time, you're going to define all of this. We're going to go, I'm going to say, okay, what is your core activation? Do you have other activations? And even in your core activation, what's the entry feature for the activation? What is the value moment? Monetization, you might have a different monetization. Every company has different monetization uh, plans, right? So you might have a free trial, you might have a free plan, you might be sales led, but you want to push for talk to sales or some sales led motion. Leah's going to collect all of that in the beginning, and then we'll build all of your dashboards if they have not been built before. If you've already built some of these dashboards, you can just tell Leah that's kind of the dashboard. So the release of the dashboard with Leah will work magnificently. Just also remember that you can connect Leah with your anything you want, your knowledge base, your any custom documentation that you want. And Leah will become better with time because Leah's has context of all of the chats that you guys had before, plus all the things that have happened in the product. Including things like surveys, answers, or session replays and all of that. Will I have to pay more to use Leah, or is she included with my plan? It's probably included with your plan if you're in the growth plan or the enterprise. Leah speaks all languages. And just remember, anything that you can do with Userpilot, Leah can do. It has been trained. She's an expert in every functionality in our product. So do anything that you can do manually with Userpilot. I'm going through the questions. I don't know if you can see them. Yes, Leah will be able to go through your session replays if you wish her to do so. How is it possible that Leah can get insights out of big amounts of data while the usual context window of an LLM is 128,000 tokens? That's a great question. Leah doesn't always this is not just some context that is given every time you ask a question. We put it in a context window and then she has to answer. If you really want to get technical about this, Leah, yes, is marketed as one person, but Leah actually is a lot of very specialized agents. So in fact, Leah is going to route to a very specific agent. We have an agent that just is an expert in creating surveys and analyzing surveys. We have one that is intertwined with kind of the machine learning and kind of the data predictive modeling and all of that. Yes, AI will be available. Are Leah's learning from viewing application used for? No, absolutely not. You can set that up. If you don't want Leah to learn from your own application, you can set that up, but we would never share the learnings across the customers. You can turn that off anyway. The one thing that I will say is that you cannot turn, if you want to use Leah to create flows or in-app content, you cannot turn off Leah's viewing of your application, because a lot of the times Leah needs to know what you're seeing. So Leah will scan the elements. As you guys saw in the example that I just showed, Leah was able to create that flow with zero context because Leah could see the page. Yeah, I mean, we would have loved to do a we would have loved to do a live demo, but a lot of the stuff that we showed were videos just for the sake of time. And but yes, Leah will be available soon for you in the next couple of months. A lot of the stuff, so I think that's a good thing to talk about, kind of in terms of the expectations. There's some stuff that we've talked about that is already live. There's some stuff that we talked about that will be live. Like, for example, the notification inbox global search, that's going live, I think, in 1 week.
Yeah.
Emails already live, workflows, you're talking about sometime in Q4. The creating flows with AI, that's probably going to be one of the first releases. Dashboards, I would say the next month or two. Analytics 2.0, you're talking probably the next few. Well, we've already released phase one, and now there's phase two. So most of the stuff you've seen today will be available this year.
Yeah. Advanced integration, important to call out, is going to be with you very shortly as well, sometime in hopefully early November. That's very close. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm just going through questions, but please keep them coming if there's anything else that we have, and I'm not sure how good we are on time as well. Is it possible to look at my reports by session rather than by unique users? Yes. Yes, you can. And that was one of the things we introduced in using total sessions in the analysis rather than looking at unique users. Yes, you can. What is the anticipated release date? Yeah, we talked about that. The analytics improvements should be coming to you. I mean, already phase one is live. How can I enroll in the email beta? So you can actually do that in app.
Yeah.
Go to the nav bar, click on engagement, and then you're going to see emails and it says enroll or request access, something like that. And once you request access, probably you get access within the next couple of days.
Mhm. I think this is a really interesting one about Leah being made in customer facing as well. I think that's a really interesting idea that
Yes,
we've talked about a lot as well. And
yes, but this is not going to be this year. So if your question is around using Leah for your own customers,
yeah,
basically as what we call AI answers, yes, but that's not this year. It's probably Q1. That's a good question. There's a cool question for you here, Kevin. Will workflows work with emails from HubSpot via the native integration? Are we? I assume this is not phase one.
hmm,
Do we have plans to add integrations and workflows as either do something in an integration or uh,
yeah, we are going to be in it. I think it's going to be critical to the workflows experience to have integrations. But it would probably be at a phase two of the release for sure.
is Leah opt-in by default? It is not.
No.
It's Leah will not work if you don't go through with the setup. It will work on, remember how I said there's the proactive and kind of reactive? Leah will still work on the reactive side. So if you go and ask Leah specifically throughout the product, you have a button called Ask Leah or Ask AI. And then you can ask to, questions about a report or to create some content for you, or even natively in surveys to sift through, thousands of responses that will be enabled. But Leah as the end-to-end agent will not be by default. Yeah,
And I
because you actually need to set it up.
think that's really important to get across to everyone here. Our AI features are going to be for those that want to use them. And even within that, they will have flexibility around the amount of data that they want to share with Leah, Userpilot AI. But for customers that do not want to make use of any of the Userpilot AI features, nothing will be imposed upon customers, which is important to say. We take security and compliance extremely seriously and would tread carefully there and make sure that customers are comfortable with turning on.
Are there any other visuals in the pipeline? So we've added a bunch of new visuals around, especially stacked bar and stacked column, so that you can actually, before, if you wanted to visually compare events or any of this, you would have to do a pie chart or a bar chart. The problem that was total value. So you couldn't actually compare within a time series. So now we've added a stacked column, as you saw in the example, where you can compare. Also, in one specific case, we have added scatter plot, which is, I believe, in a breakdown. There's a scenario where there's a break, when you do breakdown, say like, oh, I want to break down my sessions based on, screen width or height. We actually do a scatter plot just for better visualization there. And also, we will allow you to visual the report in a table as well. So if you don't want to look at a line, you just want to look at a table, you might say, well, maybe I want to see a breakdown of my users. You actually want to pin a user list into the dashboard. Those are my, users who have done not, have done something or have not done something. You can actually visualize table views now. And yes, especially now with the aggregate function that we've added. So now you can aggregate user properties. So for example, if you have a question, in total, how much this segment, their ARR, right? You can pass ARR as a user property, and then you can do aggregation on ARR as well, right? So lots of new things. Okay, I think we are all done.
Yeah, we'll make sure to follow up with any of the questions that haven't been
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I know we went over time. Really excited. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.